Welcome back to the adventure. I came out to the Everglades today to face a fear, which is embarrassing to tell you about. I'm irrationally afraid of this area right behind me. And I can't really explain why, but I was out here once in the Everglades and I was talking to a guy that I met. And darn, if he didn't just go off on a hike right down that way, right into the swamp. It kind of freaked me out. He had a backpack, said he had plenty of water, but this isn't some elevated boardwalk that's protected. This isn't some known trail. This isn't some predefined friendly path and trail into a nature preserve. This is the Everglades. This is danger. There's snakes. Of course, there's alligators, which I'm not really afraid of alligators. They don't bother you if you don't bother them. But there's snakes, there's bear, there's panther, and there's all kinds of weird insects too, by the way, that'll mess up your whole weekend if you get bit by them. So just for some context, I'll show you. You look that way, it's about 15 miles to US 27. If we come this way, it's about 50 miles to your next piece of civilization. It's about 20 miles that way to a pumping station, which is usually unmanned, nobody around. There's a canal here that it lines up actually with the north-south border of Broward County and Palm Beach, but that's like 40 miles to the east. My hat's blowing all over the place. It's way too windy out here. I picked a stupid day to come because it's so windy, but there's literally no civilization. There's no people. There's nobody out fishing. There might be people out hunting, but it's a little embarrassing to tell you that, I've been kind of afraid of this spot. And it kind of just gave me this irrational fear ever since I saw that guy go wandering off down this road. And I don't know, I've just been wanting to come back here and sort of face it. Now it's been raining for the past 3 days, so it's going to be too wet and mucky and marshy. And I had intended to really walk all the way out there, kind of like in the middle of that field out there, sort of at least within eyesight, of what I can see. But now it's going to be too marshy and mucky to go beyond 30 feet. But guess what? I'm going to go. What I am going to do is I'm going to walk down here. And I've said several times that I'm a big proponent of embracing embarrassment and looking for situations to put yourself into that get you embarrassed because they get you used to being embarrassed, which makes you sort of embarrassment proof. And once you become embarrassment proof, it's much harder to embarrass you and you become more comfortable. That's why I like doing those live streams on Wednesday nights. You're supposed to get embarrassed when you're talking in front of a group of people live. And it's a little hard at first, but it gets easier and easier. So, okay, what I did here is I've confronted the fear of coming down from the levee down into this swampy, mucky place. It's too wet to progress past this. But now, the next time I'm out here, I won't be afraid to come back to this level, and then that doesn't look scary to just walk over there now. So when it's dried, on a dry day, when we've had several weeks of dry, I won't be afraid to come here and, walk out into the middle of that section. And I've also confronted an embarrassment of telling you, my dear and beloved friends, this thing gave me the heebie-jeebies when I saw that guy just hump it right down into the swamp. And I don't know whatever became of him. I never saw him again. I didn't know him. I kind of wish I knew him. Maybe he'd take me down there. But anyway, that's it. I've confronted my fear and I've admitted to something embarrassing to you. It's kind of mission accomplished. I wish it wasn't so windy. I came out here and knocked over a tripod and had my hat go flying into the dirt and had a camera fall down on the ground. All of the above. And I tore my thumbnail pretty good, which is going to hurt pretty good in a little while, but I guess that's the least of my problems. But hey, I overcame what I meant to come over here. So listen, my last statement to you, I guess I want to point out is don't forget, we're all going to make it. It's okay to be embarrassed. Seek out embarrassing situations. You got this. You know what I mean? You got this. And so do I. This is me signing off from the Everglades on a very windy, breezy, and wet day. I'll see you later.